And kings and queens, what's happening? Welcome to Enhance Holistically Tarot and Life Advice. How you guys doing today? Very excited. All right, we're on a countdown to my wedding. So I'm excited. I get married this coming Saturday on the 11th of July. Just a little bit, just of sharing. If you're coming to me for the first time or joining this channel, you stumbled upon it some kind of way, welcome, welcome, and welcome again. And hoping that everyone is doing great. I'm kind of feeling like I need to shift my camera, but I'm good. I'll leave it there. Um, but we're just going to get right into it. I hope you guys are doing well. We just had the full moon on Sunday at 12:45, 44 in the morning on Sunday, the 4th of July. So, hope everyone is doing good. Hopefully you concluded some of your intentions and manifestations, and that they're becoming a little bit more of a reality for you guys. And so I hope everybody's doing great. Okay, let's go ahead and take some deep breaths. Spirit guide, angels, ancestors, divine white light, thank you for your messages of today for the collective on July 5th, 2020. Thank you that all the messages will go forth in clarity. Thank you that it will meet us exactly where we are. Thank you for the foresight that is going to come out of this readings. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the direction, the guidance, the inner and overstanding. Thank you for love, abundance, prosperity, health, and wellness, and wisdom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, we're moving into a new realm, guys. We're going into a new cycle. So again, always be prepared to set your intentions for what it is that you want to co-create and manifest. Remember to use your alchemy power, your tools. I've been getting a lot of questions from people that otherwise would not ask, only because of their lack of understanding, but they're starting to enlarge their mindset, their knowledge base on certain things, which is great. They're getting a little bit more inquisitive than they might have been interested, expressed an interest before, which is great. And I mean, in the way of energy, in the way of stones, crystals, chakras, all of those wonderful things that we know in the enlightened community, I would call us, or the awakened community. Um, but people that, have always known, they're starting to get a little bit more inquisitive. And it's wonderful. I mean, I'm great with it, because I was like, you don't want to ever impress upon people something they're not ready for, because you don't want your good being evil spoken of. But as they inquire, we give the information. Okay, willingness. We have two cards here we're going to start out with, and this is the power of love. Okay, oracle here, or affirmation cards, activation cards. Willingness and virtue. Mm, mm, mm. Before we get into the tarot, we're going to do two of these cards. We're going to do the power animal oracle, and then we're going to get into the tarot, and we'll conclude with some other ones. But willingness, let's call forth the willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. Love. I love it. Gotta love. Love is the key. All right, so I'm going to hold this card up as I read. Let me go ahead and put my finger, because I always have a hard time turning the pages as I'm holding the cards. I'm better prepared today. You have come to the earth plane to learn to accept the things you cannot change, as opposed to those you can. Life is a constant game of discovery, but no price can be put on any experience, because each one transforms you. When you are willing to look inside and begin to change your habits, self imposed fears, and perception, only then will you be able to see your true self. The catalyst for transformation comes from your willingness to forgive, Open your heart and be honest with yourself. You are never too old to learn, and each day should be filled with excitement about how your perspective will be altered. You can gauge your spiritual growth by your willingness to learn from and accept another. By keeping an open mind when conditions change, you expand your knowledge of life, allowing love to radiate through you, and in everything you do brings divine awareness to all those in your sphere. Rigidly adhering to your dogma is doing a disservice to your growth. The willingness to accept others and their individual path is a soul strength. I love this card because I was just talking to someone about um and see, when you read this card, just looking at it, you wouldn't have thought that all of that was going to come out of it. But I like it that you're having a willingness to be open to others and you're having a willingness to be open to yourself. I feel like we do, like it says, we do a disservice when we don't allow people to journey on their own path at their own pace. And that's very important because if we think back, spirit and those around us that may have been trying to get us to see a point of view or perception, it might have taken us a little bit of time to come into that knowledge for ourselves so that we can actually eat of it and adopt it and feel it and know it for ourselves. So I really like this what it's saying. It's also talking about the willingness to change, okay? The willingness to not stick to your norms, your limited beliefs, your self-imposed belief. Don't argue for your limitations. It's your willingness to let all of that go so that you can reach and be your highest self. And that's ultimately why we're placed on this earth for such a time as this, is so that we can reach our highest self in this realm, okay? As it is above, so it is below. I was listening to someone and they was talking about how we try to get ourselves in order out of order. That's my words. They were more or less talking about the alignment, okay? Not understanding that we have to be first acknowledge where we are, okay? Be willing to see ourselves as we are and not what we think we are. Very important because it does not do anything for us to have a mask on looking in the mirror. Does that make sense? Don't have a mask on looking in the mirror, wanting to see something different, but knowing deep inside that that's not where you are. The most important thing is that you acknowledge where you are so that you can get the healing, the knowledge, the know-how, the direction. Know your true self. Taking off a mask is what I also feel when I see this card. And when we're transforming, we are truly emerging and evolving into something more than what we were. A lot of us like to use the same habits, tactics, mindsets, perceptions that we did before. And I think I've said this before and it bears saying it again, that no longer serves you in this cycle. It does not serve you going forward to where you're going. And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing all the time and expecting a different result. So let's have a willingness to change, a willingness to see ourselves for who we are and see others for who they are. Okay? And then wanting the best for them, having that compassion for them. What else did it talk about? Changing habits. I know a lot of us have a lot of habits, things that work for us, but Spirit is saying that no longer does. So let's be on the homework assignment to change those things. The next card we have is virtue. Let's find that, talk about it. Okay, 111. Ones. Talking about new beginnings. Okay. Number one being the magician. Love it. All right, so let's talk about virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. It says you are making great strides in your spiritual evolution, and others are beginning to look at you as a role model. You employ the virtues of kindness, service, and compassion in all your interactions. You may have learned to send only those thoughts that support and encourage. Leading by example as opposed to preaching is important to you. When you live in this physical dimension with the awareness of the bigger picture, a steady calm permeates your life. Others are able to recognize this aspect of you and are drawn to you for counsel. Your work on this planet is also admired by those currently incarnated, and you are receptive to their guidance. Being a conduit for spirit and manifesting love in all you do is the greatest accomplishment of your earth journey. When this card appears in any spread, it is the most powerful message that spirit imparts. This is the card of the light worker. Absolutely. Because, kings and queens, we must realize that we are truly the light. We truly are the light, and people are drawn to light no matter where they are, no matter what they think. If you are exuding positive, pure positive energy, it has no choice. People have no choice but to gravitate towards it if they themselves are seeking for pure positive energy. I just love that. I love it. All right, let's move on to the Power Animal Oracle, okay, by Stephen D. Farmer, Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. Let's see here. Power Animal for the collective. Take in mind that these are general readings. If you do wish to have a personalized reading after something has sparked, please look in the description box for my information. If you desire throughout this reading to give a donation or a tip, my Cash App and Zelle information is also in the description box. Right now I'm doing $30 for an hour, and I think that's pretty good to get a really good in-depth reading for your personal energy and your personal circumstances. So give me a try. The owl. Pay attention to signs. Let's read about the owl. I can look at the owl right now. Before I even read the explanation, what I get about the owl, what we all know about the owl, is the owl has impeccable eyesight, especially at night. Impeccable eyesight, especially at night. We know owls to be very wise, a wise animal, I should say. The attributes of an owl are wisdom. They're very keen. They have these big old eyes. So when it's saying pay attention to signs, it might be that spirit is saying for you to look for, look for those synchronicities, look for those things that you've been inquiring of spirit to show you, but be open and flexible about how you're being shown. Here we go. To find the answer you're seeking, it's extremely important to pay attention to signs, especially repetitive ones. These are clues you can see, hear, or feel around you. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes very obvious. These messages may come through a conversation you overhear, a newspaper headline you just happen to glance at, a friend calling on the phone, or a number of other ways. The key is to be open at this auspicious time for guidance in the form of these omens. These are not random occurrences. Although they appear outside of your skin, they're responding to a call your soul is making, whether or not you're aware of it. These omens are manifestations of Spirit's directives, so it's important to keep an open mind and heart to the cues you're receiving. Don't overanalyze them, but do heed them. By observing with all your senses, the wisdom of the natural world and even the human made world will speak to you. The additional associations are wisdom, shadows, secrecy, and magician. Yes, love it, love it, love it. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into our reading today. Let's see. Let's go traditional. Let's do the traditional Rider-Waite deck today. Okay. I've already kind of pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle just a tad bit more for you guys on camera. Excuse me. I'm feeling that I need to let these pop out today. Usually I ask Spirit, do you want me to let them pop out? Or do you want me to place today's collective is saying, let them pop out. Okay, let them pop on out. So I'm going to do that. So, thank you. What messages do we have for the collective on today? We have two cards here. I'm not finished shuffling, so I'm just going to bring attention to these cards. But we have a Five of Swords and a Three of Wands. Okay. So for some of you, the energy may be that you're having some type of conflict and that you're actually looking at leaving that situation behind. Okay. You may have an inward conflict with your own thoughts, mind, ideas about something, or you may be in conflict with people around you. But it is the energy that you are kind of setting out your sights to leave the situation behind. Okay, that was kind of like what I was getting. Um, it may be a workplace situation. I feel like with some of you, it may be that you're having some discord at work and you're really setting out to maybe even become your own boss. Because the Three of Wands is like that journeying card, like you're trying to figure out what's next, what's on the horizon for you. You kind of got a area of attention of where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to manifest for yourself. Because, and what the driving force is because of the discord you either feel within yourself or within your own environment. But we weren't finished shuffling. That might just be a situation for some of you, but we'll see what happens, okay? I wasn't really ready to start. Okay, so here we go. The Hangman is the first thing. A lot of you are deep in perspective about something right now. Okay, you're looking at things from different points of view. You might be looking at things, like I said before, you might be challenging yourself in an area right now and looking at things from different points of view. Or you might have been in a disagreement with someone, and now it's like, okay, I'm at the point where I can kind of put my feelings, my emotions aside, and see and feel where that other person is coming from. It also could talk about maybe right now that you are really just taking time to see what your next steps are, but you're not an idol. I feel like the Hangman is also that transformation card that we talked about. It's about just kind of like allowing yourself to be free flowing, being enlightened, okay? And this may come in a way of you getting out into nature more because this young man is actually hanging from a tree. And I feel like nature is like the closest environment that you can get to getting clarity from your spirit guides, your angels, and your ancestors. It just gives you a sense of peace, stillness, and calmness that you must have in order to get the answers that you're seeking and the clarity that you're seeking. What's crossing the collective right now? Yeah. Okay. One card came out first. What's crossing right now is the need, the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles talks about how you have everything you need, but you're just really, really trying to hold on tight to it. This is a challenge for two things. On the positive aspect, you do have everything you need and desire. But part of it is you're having a fear about you getting what you have and not getting any more. Okay, or you might feel like someone is probably trying to take advantage of you. Then we have the star card in your subconscious here. This is an attitude, a feeling, emotion that you may or may not be aware of. This is something that's operating in the background of you at your foundation. So, with this being said, there is some healing going on here. Um, um, with the hangman, you're taking the time to kind of look at different perspectives. You're looking within. You're getting some enlightenment. The caution is that don't be so controlling about how it happens. Subconsciously, a lot of you are wanting to heal, wanting to transform, wanting to have that flow. Okay, you're wanting to be unashamed. You're wanting to be naked. You wanting to be vulnerable. I like that because it kind of goes along with this willingness card and the virtue card. If you think about how it says you acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes and encourage others to grow. I feel like this is a growth card. Okay, it's the growth made in the sense of your perspective in your mind, your transformation. You're going through a healing process here. It's now time for you to be naked and unashamed. I feel to say put off the mask, so to speak. Pull off the mask. I also feel like some of you may need to get into some kind of spiritual cleansing here in your subconscious. You need a spiritual cleansing, whether it be by way of sound cleansing, by way of water cleansing, spiritual baths, things of that sort. But there is some type of healing going on. It's almost like the story of the man with leprosy, just referencing a story in the Bible. The man with leprosy and how he was told to go dip in a lake or a pond, a body of water that had healing properties. That's what I'm feeling in the subconscious here. What is in the past position here? Here comes this discord that we talked about, this five of wands that came out earlier. In the past position, that is where it is. Okay, this is something you've already went through. It might be energy resolve. It may be some energy still in the environment, but this is a past energy. The bulk of this energy may have already passed for some of you, and for some of you, you're probably like it's still kind of like trying to transcend into the here and the now. Okay, but this is in your past position here. And it makes a lot of sense that if you're going through something or you went through something that now it's time for you to just kind of sit still. Something here. Now, the Pentacles definitely talks about money, and it could be this in a sense, but it's something that's trying to be controlled here. And it might be trying to be controlled because of this past energy here. You had to fight for something here. Okay, you're in a quarrel with someone or something. Could be in your own thoughts for some of you. There's too many cards. Too many cards. Let's see what's in your consciousness. What is crowning you? What is it that you most think about right now or deal with right now? Or the attitude in which you know is in the forefront right now? What is that, spirit, for the collective? This reading it's getting so plain out of the back, off the bat, out of the back, off the bat. It's getting really plain. It's like someone has been trying to really control situations here. Maybe someone has been trying to control you and you got into an altercation with them, whether it be hopefully it was just verbally. Okay. But there is some type of healing that you're seeking here from this situation. There is some type of healing that you're seeking. It's like you want to move on from this situation. You want to wash your hands of it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. Standing your ground. That's where you are right now. You've been through whatever this energy is of the Five of Wands. And now it's like I done been through enough shit. It's time for me to stand my ground. Um, Defend my position is what I hear. Defend my position. Defend my point of view. Okay. Because I said in the Hangman, some of you are looking at things from different perspectives, and this is in your crown right now. Right after you coming out of this energy of discord, like I said, this could be within yourself, or it could be within your environment, people you're dealing with, your family, your friends, co-workers, whatever. The Two of Cups is in your future. So there is a union, there is a reciprocation in the future coming for you, for some of you. Um, there is a give and take. I think that after this is all said and done, that there will be some type of resolve here with the Two of Cups. There'll be an exchange of information. There'll be exchange of feelings. There'll be exchange of truths, an exchange of emotions. Okay, and that may ultimately, like it says, bring that healing that you're searching for. I like this reading because I'm glad that this Five of Wands is in the past position and it's going forward as to say exactly how this is going to come about. So this Two of Cups is in your near future. So if you've had a disagreement with someone and you've taken the time to really sort out what it is that maybe you're not getting from them, or maybe what you're not understanding from them, there will be a healthy exchange here in the near future. Okay? What is the guidance from Spirit? Too many cards. What's the guidance from Spirit regarding this situation here? I feel like with the Seven of Cups here, I mean Seven of Wands, excuse me, I feel it's to say something about being right. Um, Sometimes we need to relinquish our efforts to be right, because not everybody's right all the time. Okay, but I do feel, again, just going forward, this Two of Cups, there is going to be a union, and this is right across from each other here. You see how everybody's fighting, but then you come to some type of agreement. With some of you, it might just be that you got other people in the midst. You got other people in the midst of your business. You got other people in the midst of what you're going on through with your relationships, or with yourself, or something you're supposed to do. It's involving you. You got other people in the midst for some of you. But then it's like, if it's you and a significant other, you and a friend, you and a family member, y'all need to steal away and get to a point of solitude and strength. Okay, because you are going to rectify whatever this discord was in the past position. I do feel like, again, but you have to give up your right to be right. This is standing your ground, but there is a time and a place to stand your ground, and then just realizing that you are not always right goes a long way. Just maybe a disagreement. It could just be a disagreement. What is the advice here? Moving forward here. Beautiful reading though. I like it when it comes together. It might look like chaos in the is what they say, madness and mayhem, but as long as you come together and have some kind of harmonious feelings about it, you have a healthy exchange, a reciprocation there, an understanding, an understanding. But sometimes that's all it takes. The Emperor. So this is a person that is very sure. Matter of fact, it's like, okay, you are a leader in the sense of, I feel like this is a mature energy. It doesn't even have anything to do with the concept of this reading. It doesn't even have much to do with who's in authority. It has much to do with truth and being steadfast, yes, but it has much to do with truth and stating your truth, verbalizing your truth, but also being open for other people's truth as well, and the stability that comes with that. I feel like the Emperor is saying you have to kind of know yourself in order to make the judgment call on how you need to shift in the situation. Maybe not so much the other person, but it's the other person's responsibility to make their shift in their own being. Okay? This sitting on the throne is not sitting on the throne as a dictatorship. I don't feel that here. I just feel like you need to just be truthful with yourself and be truthful with the person that you're dealing with. And even maybe seeking some type of wisdom. The Emperor is like a wise old soul. So you might have even went to like a family member, a friend, even your mom, your dad, maybe a masculine energy, just to get a different perspective. And I feel like this is, I don't want to be gender biased or whatever, but I feel like it's almost like a daughter going to her dad, or getting another male's perspective on the situation to kind of get. And for you guys out there that's tuning in, it might just be that you're going to seek another female. It might be your mom, okay? A wise soul that can give you some insight. What is in your environment right now? What is in your environment for the collective? But I love it. I mean, I just love the fact that you're coming together. Not to say there won't be some challenges, because there's always things to learn from. Oh, I love this. The Magician card. So the environment is conducive to whatever you and this individual wants to come to, whatever agreement you want to come to, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. It's in your environment. You have all the tools. You have all the information. It's here for you. And it's like I said, it was kind of like with this emperor. You might be going to see someone of a more mature spirit, not necessarily an age, but just a maturity about them. The information they give you is not that of some foolishness. It's one of a good, sound, healthy type of foundation, type of information. But the magician's saying like this environment can go anywhere you want it to. Like you have everything at your disposal. You have the love, you have the counsel, you'll have the clarity. If it's finances that you're dealing with this four of pentacles that's crossing you, you'll have all that. If this is even in any shape or way a quarrel over money because the four of pentacles is crossing you, you'll be fine. Like y'all just have to come to an agreement on the situation. It could be money for some of you, and money matters are starting to get the best of the situation and causing some discord. Could be. But there's healing here, okay? There's definitely healing here, and there's a coming together. What is your hopes and fears? Oops, too many cards. Too many cards. Too many cards flipped over, guys. I'm going to keep shuffling. Sorry. I want the clearest messages that I can get from this reading here. Okay. What is the hopes and fears? Okay. So the hopes and fears, I have two cards here. I have the Justice card and the High Priestess card. So this in your hopes and fears tells me that someone is trying to provide some type of balance here. And it could be the balance in the way of their emotions. They may not want to be exposing themselves, is what I feel with the High Priestess, because the High Priestess is all about that shadow side energy. Okay, it's the secrets that might lie in the balance of something or someone around you. And then the Justice card brings about that balance. It brings about the clarity. It brings about the judgment that, okay, we're going to have to do this in all fairness. Some of you might have been feeling like you're not being treated fairly. And then I feel that some people have been treated unfairly because the other person is afraid of showing their true self. They're feeling like they won't be seen in the same light. But there is some clarity here. There is some enlightenment here. Okay. So if it's the situation where this person is scared to give you a healthy exchange because of something that might have happened in the past, or maybe they have their own insecurities and vulnerabilities. Okay, that might be what it is here that this High Priestess and Justice card is talking about. They might not feel like they're being taken fairly. They might not be seen as being treated fairly, or you might not be seen as being treated fairly. I feel like this is like a relationship type vibe here. I'm feeling too many cards. Let me just show you real quick for the outcome. What is the outcome? What is in the far future that we can be aware of? I'm wondering if that's going to come out. I just had a thought and see what happens with it. But someone is holding back. The Page of Pentacles. What does this mean, seriously? Okay, so this is the energy, the young energy of a new opportunity dealing with money. Could be wellness. It could be something tangible in the material world. As it relates to this Two of Cups, like I said, and many of you might have been going through something dealing with money, and that's what might have brought this disagreement about. Okay. being that that was crossing you. But it's just the page is also saying this is a brand new beginning. Like outside of the money situation, like it's a brand new beginning to this is in your far future too. So it just might be the beginning stages of this reunion. Getting to know someone all over again is what I really feel. I don't feel too much like it's got a lot to do with money, honestly, but it could for some of you. I mean, this is going to resonate with everybody differently. It truly is. So, let's clarify some of these. All right. I want to clarify the Seven of Wands in your crown position or your conscious position because we want to understand what the defense is all about. And then I'm going to clarify the Page of Pentacles. I don't want to too much clarify the past because the past is the past. We know what everything is stemming from going forward. Okay. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands. This is what's going on right now in your mind's eye. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Thank you. The Eight of Cups. So you might be feeling like you got to stand your ground because you have been emotionally distressed in some way. You have felt like, okay, I've given all I got, and now I'm grieving. I got to go. Somebody has knocked over your cup, ate your bread, ate your food. So you feel like you have to fight with this Seven of Wands. You've had to fight for this. Okay, that is your perspective. Your perspective is that I have had to fight to get here. Like I had to fight to get to a place where I'm secure within myself to even let you in, and you're not understanding me right now. hmm You probably almost considered leaving this individual alone in the dark, like leaving them, like picking up all your shit and moving out and be like, I'm done. I'm done. But there is hope here. There is hope. There's a cup still standing. Even though the rest of them, even though one is turned down, somebody ate your food, okay, and the other one is knocked over, it's like, okay, this might have been your contemplation, but it might not be your end all be all. But this is how you felt. That's truly how you felt. Let's clarify the Page of Pentacles and the outcome here. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Oops, too many cards. Too many cards. Page of Pentacles. Thank you. The Eight of Swords. Okay, let's talk about this because this new opportunity, like I said, it could deal with your money matters. It could be dealing with something material, but you feel like that a part of you is like almost like wanting to believe it won't work out no matter what you do. That's what I'm feeling with this. Like you have the opportunity here. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Thank you. It's like we're gonna start over, but there's gonna still be some blockages for some of you. It's still gonna be some blockage for either you or the other person. Even though you have here the Page of Pentacles, like you want to move forward in something, it's like something is still not going to allow you. Even though y'all will have this talk, y'all will come together. It's going to take time to get out of the energy from the Five of Wands. It's going to take a little bit more time, but you have it there. It's almost like this, y'all. This is what I'm feeling. It's like we're going through all this situation. I'm just going to talk as it comes out. I'm not even going to try to put it in too many words. We're going through all this situation. It could be money matters for some of you. It could be material. It could be children. It could be whatever. But it's like you're going to go through all this. You're going to come to an agreement. But even though you've come to an agreement, it's like you don't wholeheartedly believe in the other person's intentions. Is what I feel, and that can cause you to feel like you're still stuck. Like, I know we talked about it. I know we came to an agreement, but a part of me has to learn to trust you again. Is what I'm feeling, because this is brand new all over again. Like, we started from scratch. It's like you or the other person is trying to convince you that I have changed, I understand, I'm gonna do things different, and it's brand spanking new. But this Eight of Swords is like, yo, I hear you, but I don't even know. I don't even know. Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. What's this about? The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. And the Six of Wands is, again, the victory card of having people acknowledge you. So maybe this person or even you wishes that they will see you for who you really are. Even though this Eight of Swords is here, it's like there's the end all is I wish they would see me for who I really am. I really wish that. Like, emotionally, you're feeling that. This is the card of being acknowledged and people seeing you and esteeming you. And it's kind of like this is either you or the person. This is you. It has to be you. It has to be you. It's like you were sitting in the background with this hangman. This is you starting out. And it's like, I wish this person would see me for who I really am. The person you desire to be with. That's all I have for that. And then going back into some of the oracles, like, pay attention to signs. Okay, if this person or you, if you really changed or the person you're dealing with has really changed, you'll see it. You'll see it. But you don't want to put yourself in a mindset where you're automatically shutting down, is what I feel for some of you. Because of that, let's go ahead and let's see what this angel romance card is. Because I really feel like this is more of a relationship type situation. This is definitely, I feel like this is definitely a relationship, a partnership, or something. All right. Give us advice, Spirit. Dealing with this relationship or partnership that we're in. Too many cards. Oh, shit. Okay. Playfulness. Playfulness. And then I also have let your friends help you. Okay. Your friends helping you may be this emperor position here. Okay. And it might be the musician of having everything at your disposal to help you through. Thank you. So, yep, that's it. So, playfulness, the recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit excuse me, can't read. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So, with this playfulness here, I feel like it's more or less saying, I know you've tried to have the control here before that's crossing you, but in this instance, I really want you to kind of relax. Relax. See how it's going to pan out. Relax. Go with the flow, okay? With the healing. Go with the flow. Do things you hadn't done before. Try things you hadn't done before. Go to some counseling. Ask your friends for help. Now, this could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be, like, again, it could be a counselor, someone that's going to kind of help you through the situation with the Emperor card, someone that has a little bit better insight, that's not biased on the situation, that kind of help you along here. But this is definitely, oh my. When we go back to willingness and virtue, when we go back to willingness to compromise, to let love rule, let love lead. Okay, and then the spiritual attributes that encourages others to grow. This person wants to grow. They really do. You or the person wants to grow that you're involved in. And of course, their energy is showing up here too because this is a partnership type of reading here. It's a partnership. It really is. This person is like, I just want them to see me for me. I want them to see me fairly. I want them to treat me fairly, treat me accordingly. You or the other person. Okay? Okay? Let me see here. Let's do one more type. Oh, these turns all kinds of way. Okay, what is the advice here? We're gonna pull two of these and then we're gonna move in this video because this is as good as it gets, honey. If you want a more in-depth reading, again, look in the description box and see my information. Reach out to me. Okay, once you pay your fee, I'll ask you a couple questions via email and then we'll schedule a time to either do a pre-recorded reading for you or a live reading. Okay, but either way, my information is in the description box. And if this is resonating with you guys, please, please, please leave the comments at the bottom because other people are really going through and experiencing some of the same things. Opportunity awaits here for you guys. Everything is an opportunity though. With this page of pentacles, everything is an opportunity. It's just about, are you going to take the opportunity to see where it goes? Or are you going to just take the opportunity? Oh God, too many cards. But yes came out if you were asking a question. If you were asking a question, yes. Take the opportunity to see where it goes. That's your go ahead. That is your go ahead. Spirit is saying, yeah, go ahead and give it a try. Give it a try. Take the opportunity. What else do we have here? Compromise. Yes. You got to come to a healthy compromise with this new opportunity. If you're going to make this last, if you're going to make it work, you got to come to some compromise. It can't be your way or the highway. It can't be all your way. Okay? Y'all have to come to a compromise, an agreement here. Wow. That is it, kings and queens. I don't even know what else to say. Again, like, share, and subscribe if you will. I appreciate you being here. Hope everything that was said and done here has given you some kind of clarity, direction, and guidance. Love yourself, love each other. Until next time, Ashe.